Okay, we're coming up on the end. This is the last of the Flasher Fob, Infinity Stone Flasher Fobs. So we're doing the Soul Stone. You will need, I'm using black marine vinyl for the back. For this one, I'm using orange marine vinyl for the top. I'm using an orange glitter flasher vinyl for the inset. And of course, you will need your flasher. Flash, flash, flash. And you will also need a piece of medium weight cutaway in the hoop. Step one, as always, is going to be put it in the machine and run the die line. Back in a minute. Okay guys, we're doing the Soul Stone. Infinity Stone Flasher Fob. I've run my die line, so now it's time to float my vinyl. And the detail stitches on this are going to be color stop 2, 3, 4, and then 5 is going to be my cut line, my die line for cutting out the center. So I'm going to go ahead and run all the way from 2 to 5, and I'll back in just a second to show you that. So we have all of the design work done for the top of the Soul Stone, and it's now time to cut out our centerpiece so we can mount our flasher vinyl on the back. So just like we've done on the others, we're going to start a little hole to make it easier to get our scissors in here. And again, for the scissors, choose any one, any pair that you cut best with. Okay, I cut best with my duckbills. You don't have to be me. As a matter of fact, if you are not me, then life is probably going to be a little bit easier. Okay, and we are going to carefully cut right on top of that single stitch, guys. You want to cut right on top of it. Just like that. Doo-doo. Remember, move your hoop, not your scissors. It's nice that most of these have really straight lines. You're not having to do a whole bunch of wonky stuff. Yay, me. I think of you often. All right, so we've got that cut out. I got a couple little tails and hairs sticking through that I don't like. So I'm gonna trim those up a little bit. Just like that. Come here. It would help if I wasn't playing Injured Reserve, but okay. Now we need to grab our flasher vinyl. And remember, our flasher vinyl is a little bit thinner. You can see through it. It's kind of translucent. And we are going to put pretty side towards the front of your hoop, rough, ugly side to the bottom of your hoop. We're going to take a couple little pieces of tape. We're going to secure it in place. And we are only going to go run color stop 5. Run color stop 5. Back in a second. Okie dokie pokies, we have attached our flasher vinyl. It's now time to put our back on, and we are going to run color stop 6, which are the die lines for our cam snaps, and color stop 7, which is about 85%, maybe 90% of our back attach stitch, a bean stitch to get the two pieces to hold together. It's going to stop short so that we can come over here and shove the flasher in and then finish the stitch all the way. So back in just a second. Okay, there we go. We have attached the back except for the last little bit. I'm gonna take my little flasher, Dooba-Hitchy. I'm gonna put the flasher side towards the front of the hoop, and I'm gonna slide this flasher into the space between the back and the flasher vinyl. And I should feel right about there where there's a divot where it wants to sit and be all nice and happy. Then we're gonna flip this over, and yep, it's perfectly centered. I'm gonna pop it back in the machine, and it's gonna do this last little hoop-de-hoop right there, and then I'll show you how to trim out. And voila, our space stone is done. I'm gonna trim off any of my little bits, and remember, we don't sew the last step. That just moves the head out of the way so we don't have to worry about it trying to go over the top of this flasher. I'm gonna pop it out of my hoop. And then from here on out, seriously guys, it's just like every other fob you've ever wanted to do. You take your handy dandy scissors and you cut yourself along the outside of the attached stitch. You want to leave yourself somewhere between 1/8 of an inch and 1/16 of an inch. We want to turn our work, not our scissors. We want to go slow and easy, and we don't want to clip our jaws together with that nice but satisfying clunk sound. And here we go. And back up around. And skip to a loo, my darling. Come right in here and do a turn. Come up the long. Get rid of that stuff. And now arc, 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 arc. Boom, done. Yay! And there we are, guys. All that's left in here, look, no light. It's all pretty and shiny. All that's left for us to do is attach our cam snap or our rivet, put in a jump slip ring or a lobster claw, and you have your Infinity Stone Soul Stone Flasher Fob. Peace.